And we are in theory streaming. Yes, we are. Hello, welcome to Tiles Confusion for the 17th of June 2022. We have a game currently in progress between Aegon, Kaiser, Prospero, and Rumi, as mentioned in the chat. And it's been a few minutes, so let's see how long we're going to wait for. We're going to wait 2.5 minutes before we can actually start observing. But yeah, 4 people are randomly queued up, so I figured rather than me starting a game, I'll have an observation game to start with, and then hopefully I'll get myself into it. Hope everybody's been well, hope everybody is up for some games. Yeah, good luck to you all, I suppose. We'll find out how lucky certain people are in a moment. And whether this is just a complete mismatch. We'll see. Glad to hear you've been well, sir. Also, we need to do some more Persona over the weekend at some point. Been well, not exactly well. Well, there. Oh, dear. And I'm not sure even what necessarily you were responding to of each of those comments, but hopefully you are at least well and the game is doing something. Anyway, 85 seconds and we can get into this game. Hand in a half-assed Japanese literature end of semester paper. Oh dear. A quarter-assed paper. Yep, exactly, quarter-assed. Well, sir, at least it wasn't an 8-fast. At which point we're getting to ridiculous levels of things. Besides which, at that level, you're putting more effort into the butchery than necessarily just arsing it. 40 seconds. Let's just see how things are. So currently, including myself, we have 5. So if we do get enough for another game, while observing this, I will jump in. If not, then I will just play on after this game. Language exercise exam, right? That's fair. The question is, have you watched enough anime / listened to enough Japanese literature to actually, get that exam? And if not, more anime watching required. Or whatever actually you're supposed to do to study the language. Okay, time to observe. Okay, so we are sitting behind Aegon, who is the opening dealer, starting with an East. Discard. Alright. So, what are we looking at here? A little awkward, a number of closed things to try and finish off, but not the worst hand in the world. Kaiser's hand is okay in theory. If you... Again, things he needs to connect in, but he has the Aku High pair, so... Very hard because the learning process happens in the background. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, is it easier or harder? Because obviously you're multilingual. Is it easier picking up new languages when you are multilingual, or is it just not something you think about with that regard? I mean, I know a smattering of about 6 languages, but I couldn't say I speak any of them with any degree of competency. Yeah, no, it's fair. Anyway, so going back to game state here. So Rumi's on 4 pairs and options. Prospero with the initial Dragon Call doesn't have a lot else really going in his hand in terms of values and has a closed thing to finish. So, okay, hands are okay, but it's going to be who gets lucky and fills in the closed weights first, or at least improves things. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, possible. I was about to say possibility, but he actually done the correct thing of just securing the double sequence. Rumi building up towards something toy-ish. Okay, 4's an okay draw. You could have played the 2 there because the 4 technically relates to this. However, the 6 is your pair, so getting rid of it now might be better for later. So, Kaiser Ishanten with the closed 9. Interesting. In terms of what it's done to the table, it's given Prospero 2 Dora, which makes his hand... Again, it wasn't looking very particularly valuable, but now it's pretty strong. Gives Aegon an extra Dora, and gives Rumi the chance of things here. So, sequence, triplet, and a couple of 5/7s. So, Ipeko, not exactly Pinfu, but he's got roots up here if it gets to that. Well, there's the reach. Closed right on the 4-man, which is direct Suji attack, and Prospero deals in. Could Prospero have kept that? You'd have a lot of... Could have kept that, I guess. It depends whether you want to get rid of the 1-3, and 3 would have been an awkward discard, I think, given things, but... Oh well. Riichi Patsu. Kaiser takes the dealership, so we will move on. This looks like a fairly strong opener. A couple of sequential things, hoping to draw it free, so... But if not, 2 waiting things from there. Prospero is not prospering. Got it. The question is, was that in relation to things that are happening in 5 minutes, or is that things relating to what had just happened 5 minutes ago? Aegon's hand's not amazing, but... yeah, and he's not a million miles behind. Kaiser's is more likely to advance, but actually, in terms of number of tiles needed, they're about the same. Rumi's hand up top looks okay. Pair, sequence, waiting things, and a loose 5. Oh, Kaiser not going for the possibility. Again, prioritizing the double run that's already there, and he will still need a free either way, maybe? Actually, no, he doesn't anymore. He needs a 7/4 to improve this bit. No worries, sir. I'm doing an observation-ish round anyway, so... I mean, Prosper's hand looks fairly decent from here. He's Ishanten on the first row, so a chance he can progress here. Kaiser with some options. So has to cut the pair here rather than that. I don't know where he's got plans to go to Tanyo, which might be a thing. I'd almost be inclined not to do it, given that your discards do feel Tanyo-ish, and especially as you still don't get too much extra improvement here. Because an extra 9 would have still been useful, because he got the thing up there. Does that open any doors for him? Well, he's getting rid of 9s anyway, so fine. So yeah, I guess this is Force Tanyo here. Might not have been strictly necessary, but again, I think Kaiser's got some time. And in fact, as it happens, he goes straight into it. So this is reach only. Weighing on a 1/4. 1/4 is not a bad weight, given that your discards lick Tanpin. And that's the second Ipatsu from Prospero. And again, as mentioned, the discards look like they're Tanpin, so the 1s and 9s and honor tiles usually are going to be safe. What are your options? Almost nothing. He's got a handful of middle tiles. Could have played the 9-man, I suppose, but yeah, I can understand that dealing. Alright, Kaiser with an awesome starting hand here. This is Honitsu all the way. Itsu if you can get it. Oh, now... There's some justification because the self isn't a bonus tile for you to, you know, do that, but I would have gone all in with this hand as it was to just try and force the half flush. So he's kind of doing that now, but how much better would this hand be if you had, say, 1 and the 2 honor tiles you could pair up later? Either way, other hands, because other people exist on this table. So Prospero needs a bit of a comeback hand, but he's a bit slow at the moment as compared to what everybody else is up to. Yeah, you see, this is also his way you want to call that. I think he's being too passive, or just looking at this as Itsu. This hand could be Itsu, but I think Itsu's your upgrade from Honitsu. It's not what you should be aiming for. You should be aiming for the Honitsu because it's easier. No, I mean, it's always nice when there's no consequences. Alright, Rumi Ishanten showing a strong hand. Obviously, they've discarded the Hatsu quite early, so they know it's just this. But this is the sort of hand that looks as if it's going to be Honitsu. And I think you'd be in a much stronger position if you'd have done some Corva North and also have been discarding earlier with that in mind. But again, different draws, different sequences. You could work it out backwards, but hey. I haven't even looked at Agen's hand all game, which I apologise for, but... No! You will unlearn everything you have learned! You know what this word means? No, you don't! You must unlearn what you have learned by force! Okay, not a bad draw for Agen. Unfortunately, Agen's hand is likely to be slower than Rumi's at this stage. And Prospero has just dealt the tile that Rumi wants, and that... Oof. Yeah, this is not going well for Prospero at the moment. Thankfully, it's not the most valuable hand that could have been on this table. Honitsu 2 would have been absolutely what you should have gone for here and would have been quite valuable. But, okay. This isn't the worst. Actually, this is one of those hands that I think you throw the 6 and go for the straight chancer here. But I understand him not doing that. Both of these sequences could be other things, but obviously you've already got the Hatsu sequence, so you can call anything here. And you need to use that freedom a little bit. The question, I guess, is, do you push for a half flush here if you need some points? Honestly, I think given the position, you just take the fast hand that's currently building up here. I'd still be inclined to cut one of these sequences, and he does, because you might as well lean into the Honitsu while you're getting there. But yeah, this is looking quite quick. And obviously he's in last place, so if Kaiser does play the green, he will Khan. And it's absolutely correct for him to do so. Oh, that's unfortunate, but, you know, you take that on the chin, you play the 9. No way to know which one of your two sequences would have been better. No discards, no visibility, so they're the same at that point. Yeah, you can't here. You're dealer, and you're in last place. Oh, he decides not to. Yeah, I think, honestly, given the points gap, this is where a good card would happen. You're not far from Tenpai. You're the dealer. It's early enough you can get away with that. I think this would be a card. This is definitely a call, though. Yeah. I think this might even be... Yeah, he's doing the right thing here of just forcing the Honitsu. If nothing else, the other reason for calling the Khan is it forces things a little bit. It means people are more likely to be flexible in dealing into you. And I think, in truth, you're in a position where you need to put a threat on the table. It's obvious you should be going for Honitsu based on the discards that you've made. At this point, nobody discards a sequence unless they're extremely unlucky. Alright, Tenpai winning on the 5. The question is now, though, has not calling things earlier meant the hand is a bit slow? I'm just seeing who else is near enough. Agen's Ishanten. Rumi is 2, I think. And, of course, Kaiser is... pairs. Yeah, Kaiser's Ishanten as well, actually. That was a good draw for Agen. That's Agen Tenpai, isn't it? It is. Tenpai Sanchoku, and he's staying silent with it. Sanchoku Dora is 3. Plus Pinfu is 4. This is Riichi. You've got to reach this, surely. Agen, you've devalued your hand! You have 3, 4, 5 in each suit, potentially. Alright, well, that's 2 Han. That's bigger than cutting for that. It's, Alright, that technically puts it back? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't put it back. I don't know why he's not reaching, though. Oh, he's for a 10, that's why. I mean, I'd still reach this, even for a 10 or not. This is a good enough hand to go for it. You've got 2 Han plus Dora. Yep. 2 out. No, I think this is still worth the go, even for a 10. But I understand it. I'd probably I'd go into the error at this point. I might be punished for it, but that's my opinion on it. I think this is a reach. But, of course, reach with Sanchoku. Now it's much less valuable, and now it's Pinfu Nomi. So, Pinfu Dora 1, 2,000 point hand, versus the 8,000 point hand you had when you had the triplet of the freeze. it's awkward. I'm just looking at this. There's still technically 2 5. No, there's a 5 still on the wall that Prospero could draw, but that is the only thing he's waiting on here. Does that? I suppose he could have got the 6 there instead and gone that way around with it. That would even allow him to possibly pivot away from things, but... Well, I think this is going to be a draw unless something odd happens here. Yeah, for a 10. Oh dear. Oh, it's fine. Agen threw away a Sanchiku. I mean, he was for a 10. It was a for a 10 Sanchiku or a 1. Considering the free pin position, Cairo, you have 3 pin in your hand rather than 6. You reach this, right? Even for a 10. I mean, reach pin for 1 at the low end, reach pin for Sanchiku at the high end. Even for a 10, you'd go for that, right? Possibly. I'm just thinking that you have a Mangan, so if you've got a Mangan in hand, you go for it, is my opinion on it. I mean, even you could. There is an argument for going Dama, which you're definitely going to secure it, but then you switched out the 6 for the 3, which meant that you were just on pin through 1. And a 2,000 point hand is, yeah. A little before that, but he was basically for a 10 Tenpai at 1. Actually, I can go back a step, can't I? Sorry, I need to go to the logs here. East 2. Turn 6. Is this right hand? This isn't the right hand, is it? No, it's East 3. East 3, turn 7. So, yeah, he's not quite there at this point. When was this? Yeah, so he hits Tenpai here. And honestly, at this point, 8-pin discard, you reach this even for a 10. Yeah, it's just, you've got a chance at the 3-5 Sanchiku with Dora. And Pinfu already established, so yeah. There's an argument for Dama, but it's a thin argument to make sure of the Mangan, but I just reached this even for a 10, given how early the game is. No, there's one call from a dealer. Anyway. Anyway. So, Prospero as dealer has an okay hand here. Agen's already made a call, and he's looking to just go toy with what he's currently got there. Probably worth him playing the red 5 early if he's definitely going for toy, but I guess he's got other options. He could still take a 6 and... Oh, he's already discarded a 9, actually, so can't... Bad to say, 6. That's relevant for 6-9 calls, but... Yeah, now it's going to be tricky. See, if he played that a turn earlier, it wouldn't be so bad, having this 5 in his hand. I mean, I don't know the Earls except on an intuitive level. I just think that's worth the threat at that stage. Risk reward. If I'm going to win a Mangan, if it's successful, I'm more than willing to take the gamble on it. Especially when I don't know the values of anything else. I already know where one of Fedora is. Random question. Go for it, Carol. Why didn't Crossbow roll here? The 5. Nope. Sorry. Log back a bit. Trying to find out when the call was. Sorry. Yeah, oh, Dora. Yeah, no. Absolutely. I guess, given the reach, he's thinking 2 safe tiles. The 2 safe tiles thing is the only thing I've got for it, but yeah. Prospero also missed a Khan in that same hand where Aiden missed his Sanchiku chance. It was an early Khan, admittingly, but still, he's last place, and in his dealer turn, I think the Khan there would have been worthwhile. Yeah. Well, anyway, following up on Rumi, so East 4. So Rumi's had a fairly quiet one, but he's sitting Mangan gap to the leader at the moment. And it's a not bad hand here. Possible Sanshku. Get rid of the honors and see where you are ultimately. Agen's hand is extremely shiny. He has hit the definitely should be a Yaku triple red. And Prosper is going all in on a 1k hand by the look of it. I mean, it's a fast 1k hand, but it is a 1k hand. Ishanten. Good draw for Agen. And yep, showing no fear into this. That is absolutely correct in this point. So Ishanten, is it? Not quite Ishanten. So Rumi Ishanten as well with Pinfu 1. Prosper, you're in last place. You can't this. Come on. We say bad. There's a lot of bad cons. We have a history of saying this. Oh, he's keeping it back. All right, Rumi's taking the upgrade to Tanya, which makes sense. Yeah, I think Prosper is playing too passively at the moment, which is hurting him. Because if you can't with the 8-9 in your hand, you at least have got the 8-9 at the end of it, and you can just discard whatever you draw as your extra one. By accepting an extra loose tile into your hand, you've got a chance of making your hand further from Tenpai. Or waiting for to draw something useful. Because now, you see, if you can't now, you've still got 2 fairly dead tiles in your hand. I think it's put him too far behind. Especially as you could still have drawn the 7. Agen's sitting still Ishanten. It's a good Ishanten though, at least. Well, it's going to be a close way, but still. It's at least going to be something. Unfortunately, he could have kept that, but I guess his other discard options were Dora or Awkward Things, unless he wanted to clear the 1 out, which again puts him back a couple of steps. And as you mentioned, being Shanten behind is going to hurt. Yeah, missed opportunities there, I think. Alright, Agen's got a Honitsu attempt if he wants it. Maybe. It could be other things, actually, but having the triplet of the whites means he can call anything and is doing the whole... I mean, this is fine while he's got loose tiles in his hand here, but it looks as if he's trying for Honitsu, which is probably correct. Agen currently in a close enough 3rd place, though maybe he should have either left that or gone for the Khan. It's a cute move doing this, and there are sometimes reasons to take it, but I've more and more been convinced that this is usually not a ideal way. You either ignore it and go for the reach later, or you take the Khan. It is a safe tile for later in the game, though. There is that argument to it, but again, I don't know. I view it slightly less high in my priorities list than I would have done other way. Also, I'm not sure Agen is going for Honitsu anymore. This looks like he's just going to be White Dragon only. You're not wrong. The 7, so I could argue if he's going for Honitsu, in truth. The 3 pin, absolutely not, given that thing. See, this is why you keep the Honitars. He's done the right thing for the Honitsu attempt, but he's not getting rid of his middle Manzu. Which, you know. He's got the one sequence, and he's going to try and build off the rest of it. Because now, see, that 6 and 8 would have been... I mean, I'm thinking towards the start of the hand at that point, when he only had the pair of 5s. Really. But... Anyway, Kaiser Reach. 2-5, Reach, Pinfu. Safe discard from Prospero, breaking his hand up. That's Prospero's counterattack going. Two away. There's options here. I mean, go to Tenho and play in 5-10. Get used to that speed, and then you'll be amazed at the amount of time you have. As I mentioned, I think last stream, going back to Tenho is sometimes a bit of a culture shock. No, Remy has both winners. There's not a lot of winners left in the wall, are there? But he's got it. Red 5 as well. Reach Simo Pinfo 1. But Tenho doesn't have Nyan. This is true. Tenho does not have Nyan. Alright, into the south round. Aegon is, after the go round, basically a manga behind Rumi and 20k down at the moment. This is true. I did used to pay for that, actually. Alright, Prospero's hand is a mess. So we're just going to have to hope he's in a better shape in about 4 or 5 turns once to get rid of his spare honors. I don't see why you would, but again, you could. I've heard enough Ponyas to last me a lifetime, gotta be honest. Okay, so all the hands are a bit... I think Ruby's got the best hand in terms of speed from all of this, but there's some interesting stuff developing here. Yeah, I guess. Oh, so is Prospero trying to... Well, I'm getting rid of South. That is a bit awkward, but... Hi, Rise. How are you doing? Okay. Dragon only for Prospero. Get himself a dealership as fast as he can. I understand that plan. That is a reasonable plan at this point in the game. Pair established. Cut the west, I guess. I was wondering if Rumi was going for a half-hearted Cheetor at some stage. He's kind of getting back to that a little bit, but I think that's more going to be around sequences than pairs at the moment if he does get any further development. Aegon, on the other hand, building to something. Alright, free 6 Tenpai. It's the first semi-awkward one, I think, but... Oh. Egan's just hit Shanten. I mean, technically, that's still Shanten. The way I would have probably got about it, but hey. Oh, what do I know? Alright, 5-8 reach from the dealer. Unfortunate. I actually kind of liked Egan's reach there, in truth, but... Yeah. Unfortunately, it was only 1,000 points, so most of the time I'll take a 1,000-point deal in on the chin. Okay, does mean Egan needs some hands, or at least needs some... I think he needs one good hand to stabilize him in third, and if he wants any designs on higher positions, he's going to have to get lucky and try and just complete things. To be fair, that looks like it could be a Chinitsu if he wants to make that attempt. Oh dear, what's Prospero got here? Prospero has... I mean, I like Prospero's hand a lot as well. I don't know if it's... Well, actually, with that draw... Yeah, but that draw, that actually is looking quite quick. Prospero's drawing well. I think this might have to be a Chinitsu attempt from him here if he gets one more. Well, actually, you think if he gets one more, he's probably still going to reach it, but... I'd be tempted. This feels like a chance to put himself back in the game to a certain extent. That being said, Rumi's pushing as well, so he might be worried about that and just take the reach when he's next upgrade. No, he's going for the flush. I agree with it. It feels like a good chance, and 8,000 points would do him the world of good right now. That was even a good discard. Yeah, you can take that, cut a 9. You take a 6-8, cut the 9, and... yeah. Well, Egan's slowly building up to his Honitsu as well, actually. That's a little ridiculous, actually. But again, see how much closer he gets to it. But ice cream truck, yes. There are phantom ice cream trucks everywhere around here. Yep. From the games I've seen of him, he is fairly solid. Okay, reach Honitsu. That's a triplet of the twos as well, so yeah, that's pretty good. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, yeah. Prospero, I think you need to play... I can understand his reluctance, but I think he does need to push that 7. Yeah, it's because he's got the 4. He's got all 4 2s, so I think it's a 2-5 weight, but obviously he's got the trip. He's got all 4 2s. It might almost have been better for him to play the 1 there, I think, because that would give him what, triplet, double sequence, waiting on the 6. Nah, it's one of those awkward things when you got 1 suit hands in this, but I think you'd been better off playing the. You have to play the 8 anyway. Try going into that. Technically 2, well, yeah, but the 2's out. And West as well, yeah. I mean, West could get played. Yeah, no, right, technically 2 is a winning tile. It's just, you know, he can't draw it, so I guess it's already decided no. As I say, I don't think the 5's not coming out. We know that from people's hands. The West has a chance, but oh, good hand, Egan. Yeah, just unfortunate. 2 of them stuck in the wall. I think honestly, West had a chance of being played by everybody except Rumi, who was definitely hoarding on his tiles towards the end. Probably more inferior of Prospero, actually, directly than Egan, I guess, but, you know. Anyway, so, Prospero needs a good hand here. Tudora helps. Tudora has a chance. This is a chance. I wouldn't have cut the pair of West there, but unless he's just thinking to try and force a Tanya, now he's got Dora pair. I'd have been inclined to keep the pair, go for Reach, and keep the option of Chitoy available, but yeah, he's leaning to Tanya, hoping to draw a pair of those on his tiles, but going for the Tampin or Tanya as a thing. And Tanya 2 is absolutely fine as dealer. There's definitely enough points. Any number of points is the right number of points in your last dealer turn in last place, but you know. Progression being a thing here. That being said, yeah, you can still reach. This is fine. Ow. No, you play the 5 there. You can still reach. Reach is valid as dealer. Especially as that was what? 2 away at that point? Well, if you cut the 1, you need to get rid of that 2-3. Now I don't know what Prospero's on. He'd be... Well, sure. You need to call us if you're going for it, Prospero, I think. Yeah, I think Prospero's been too passive at various points in this game, which has cost him. I think that might be one of them as well. You're in last place. There's only 2 hands left to go. I think you need to go for it there. I really do. But let's see. It's not done for yet. Guys are also with Adora free hand. Here's a little bit. I can't tell if Egan's folded or if he's just had a bad series of draws, but he's still a bit away from the action at this point with 3 draws to go. Well, let's see. Yeah, call. You need to be in Tenpai, Prospero. Call. Rumi hits his Tenpai. Even this, I think you... Wow, what's the sequencing here? Was Aiden just hit Chitoi? He has just hit Chitoi. Well, you're not gonna... No, I was about to say all the 9s are out. Well. Good, very late Chitoi at the end. I mean, very unwinnable Chitoi is a thing. Okay. So last hand then. So Rumi just needs... Forehand hand to take the lead. Aegon needs a Mangan to overtake, change position. Prospero needs to finish that Kokushi. Ruby's hand looks quite good. Door and moving towards the Sanchiku or towards the Chinitsu. The Aegon. Aegon wants to name that move after himself, does he? I will be joining you in the next round. I'm just going to observe the last of this since I've watched all of it. And then I will play with whoever is here. I might need to get my dice out. So it'll be me, Rise, and Demo for sure. And then it's probably going to be a roll-off between whoever else wants in. The reason I think this might be better is if you are leaning towards maybe the Hon Chinitsu thing. 135 I think does give you more options though. How's Kaiser doing? Kaiser needs a hand to get out of here, really. Crossrow, Hard Force, Honitsu. Fortunately, only going to be worth about 4,000 points at the moment. Good draw from Aegon. Four versus 7 is about the same, I think. 1-7 already out, though, so arguably you went the wrong way with it. At least in terms of what you see. Okay, Ipeku Dora 1? Who knows? Is that Tenpai? That is Tenpai on the White Dragon. So, Honitsu. Dragon plus some additional food for the dragon pair. There's candy Mahjong tiles. They usually are, sir. Yeah, moving into the Ipeku. Does that improve his weight at all? That might have improved his weight. Hold on. Pair of 9s. Yeah, that put him into a 3-6 weight if he cut the 9. Actually, would that have been a 3-6-9? That have been a 3-6-9 weight? That would have been a 3-6-9 weight. Maybe. No, it wouldn't have been. Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Aegon dealt in. Is that enough points to matter? I think it's only about, yeah, less than 4. So Aegon remains in 3rd place with that. And GG all. Well done, Kaiser. Alright, as mentioned, I'm going to play in this one because I cowered out the first one. And then currently it's a roll-off between Prospero and Rumi. So... I mean, to be honest, looking at you from behind, I think you're better than you give yourself credit for. You're at the very least appear solid, at least in terms of this thing. Feel free to go back and analyze. If I've made any comments, I do not mean them with any sense of meanness. I am infinitely bad as Mahjong as I improved every single week. But, you know, it's analysis, ultimately. And it's easier to judge when you see all the tiles and are not doing it live under the time pressures. Anyway, odds Prospero, evens Rumi. And that is a 4. So, Rumi is joining us. Good luck all. There's a Mahjong where all the tiles are visible. I mean, that's basically solitaire, sir. It kind of is. Me commentating on the back of things is and hoping that the player in last place wins, which inevitably I always end up doing. Or at least hoping, because, you know, we like an underdog in England. It is one of the things we're known for. But, you know, if somebody genuinely learns from the experience of that, then I'm happy. But I wouldn't use me as the template for the best Mahjong player here. Hence why I asked Kyril so much about decisions at that point. Wouldn't obviously ask him during a game, because usually I'm playing against him, or, you know, I'm in a situation where I actually care about my own plays. I like people snatching defeat from the jaws of victory as well, although that's less fun than, you know, people actually coming back to win. Which is the thing, I think, ultimately. The time pressure adds a lot when you think about it. And, you know, even though Sol has twice the timer of Tenho, it is still far easier to analyze when you're not actively playing and trying to think about things. Anyway, yeah, I've got a decision to make here, and I'm going to immediately decide to abandon this hand, I think. Oh, yes, indeed. We are Tiles of Confusion Teen Champions 2019 and whatever that event was. Yes, indeed. I stopped putting that on the description because more than a year's passed and I don't think they've run that event since, but... Also, I'm generally out of competitive Mahjong anyway. A bad experience of trying to do work and play Mahjong at the same time, which was never going to work, and I thought I could handle it, and I really didn't play well at all. But, you know. Which is my main reason or justification for not playing it at all. I've got nothing good, have I? Okay. Yeah, I got a reasonable shout that the 7s are safe, but... But I was going to play the Suji side of it first. I mean, I know the chess candidates is a thing that's going on right now, but, you know, I don't think we're quite to that level of things of getting random trips to Dubai to play Team Mahjong. Oh. Actually, what sort are you talking about at this stage? Oh, football. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm just trying to dodge out of this hand, really. Oh, boy. Well, there's 2 8s played. 9 was played. Was that before Riichi? That was. We'll still do it, since I've got nothing else. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Egan. But yes, you are technically a champion of Mahjong. It's still on my CV, actually. Because I was updating it because I had an internal job position. But yeah, no, it's still on my CV that I won the Team Mahjong Champion. Captained it, as I've actually mentioned, although captaining was a bit of a weird term with it, but still. Technically true. Dracona's definitely carried us at that point, I think. But of course, Aegon carried us through the initial rounds, and that for that, 10th Dan Aegon is a worthy addition to a championship team. Worthy addition to any championship team. And to be fair, I don't think he's learned anything about the game since. Oh no, this is true. Well, I mean, it was only literally minutes ago. Actively still in it. Yeah, I mean, I've got the whole thing actually as a playlist on the channel, actually, if someone wants to go back and relive the journey that was awesomeness. We're going to call this because, honestly, I think this is good enough to go for. Oh yeah, the Chitoi into Suanko was awesome. Just over the course of three turns. Yeah. It was awesome, and it basically put us back on track, because we were in trouble at that point of the game, if I remember rightly. I still don't. I know! As I say, you've not actually improved or got any worse since you last did that. As far as we can tell. Although you were very good at following instructions, because he told you to basically play defensive and not deal into anybody, and you did that job too well, almost. It got you into trouble at times. Absolutely, the Dunning-Kruger effect and whatever. We now know we suck. Well, I've always had an idea that I've sucked, but you know. When I first put Mahjong on this channel, do you know what prompted that? I hit the top 50 of Riichi players on Mahjong time. That was the event that prompted me to start recording myself playing Mahjong. Oh boy, was I terrible. Anyway, I'm quite happy with this. So we look Tanpin, we're actually Yakuhai. Now, of course, we just wait for, you know, some people have pairs of these, but, you know. You spoke his name. I did, and unfortunately this means I'm going to get another request to, you know, sign up for it and whatever else, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah, as I say, 11 years ago, I got lucky there. 11 years ago, I was top 50 on that site. That's all I can say about the quality of games on there. Also, it took nearly an hour to get a game organized half the time. It is kind of stupid, not gonna lie. There were a few more than that, but yeah, there wasn't a high level user base. Anyway, I've called, and this was unthought out, really. Oh well. Unthought out, but we're still going to go for the Honitsu here, even with that. Sorry, because I was talking to a chat, and yeah, I'm committing now, but I wasn't paying attention to the hand particularly, I just called. Because I saw Tudora. Oh, Tudora, we'll call anything that we can, and then I just did. So, it's fine. We go big here. Can't get that big. Yeah, it might have been worth it. Oh,
Riichi.
So all the 4s are gone. I'll be upset if that dealt in, but obviously it would have been East and any Dura they've got. I don't think it's a very valuable hand that Demo's showing at the moment. Especially as I do see 3 of Vidora. Which I am. 3 6s, 4 4. Nah, there's enough he's still on it. I mean, I care about Demo if I can deal into him. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, 2 I was sort of prioritizing. If it was going to deal in, then fine. Because I thought he might be on the Sanshku, but yeah. Well, 3 actually earlier. Who knows? Anyway, we got out of the deal turn with more points than we started the round with, so I'd say that's fine. That was fine. Sure. Probably could have even kept that, actually. No, well. Well, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. Come on, 8-man. 8-man, 6-man. 9-pin or 9-so would do. 7-so for the absolute ideal, I suppose. Yeah, okay. 1.
Riichi.
Reach pin Fudora 1. Anipatsu.
No.
Oh, Ruby's been fairly generous to me today. Okay. Was thinking of things there. Might be a bit too heavy commit if I go Chitoi here, but thinking about it, certainly. It might still happen, but we'll try and play this normally. That feels like punish. Feels like proper punishment. Oh well. Right, Honitsu up top maybe? Interesting. I'd say it'd be a good time for us to draw a thing now. If it is Honitsu, there's a chance he's got to cut at least 1 or 2 Wests in his hand. Which would be sad. Oh, thank. Well, he's dealer. Rather me. He had 3. I did wonder. Oh, that's a hand. That is a hand. Okay. Take a redraw. Objectively, this is worse, but let's see. That one? Not quite. Gonna pass on the first dragon for the moment. So that should have been played over the 1, but it's fine, or at the very least it's not really costing us anything at the moment. Yeah. It's more valuable to go for the Pinfu than keep the chance of a dragon alive, and besides which would be in a double anyway, so. Hey, maybe we pivot into the possible Itsu, who knows? I know, we're probably not doing that.
Riichi.
He says, and then okay. I don't see the 7 passing him, but I'm trying to work this out now. Reach and Pinfu. 8, 8, 3, 8, 6, 6. He could very definitely want that. Actually, all with 3 6s, is that all the 6s gone? No, there's still a 6 left. I could technically do this. We'll just stay in Tenpai with this until we find some way around this. What's the chance of 7 gonna pass? C355. Is it worth me staying in Tenpai at all? Let's go for it. Dodgy, but I think it's fine. Okay, we stay Tenpai. Haite! Come on, Haite on the 7. 7 so Haite! No, not quite.
Tenpai.
Yeah, objectively, this hand was not valuable enough to risk the East. The 7 I could justify, just about. The East, not really. Yeah, that should have been the end of it. Oh well. It's fine. I've got myself closer to Rumi. That's objective achieved, right? Because I'm still planning on somehow winning this by, you know, sacrificing my remaining points. Clearly. Well, I'm drawing well. And if you draw well, that's half the game won. It's you, Chiral, as well as Chiral here. I'm not sure the world is ready for 2 Chirals. Just saying. The world is not ready for 2 Chirals. Moderator Chiral, remove Imposter Chiral. As soon as you work out how to get your account sorted out. I mean, I'm quite happy with this. I can call for... Oh, I was still quite happy with it. White Dragon only I can live with. But, yeah, we were going for this Itzy 2-Dora hand. Even if it only needs to pin through 2-Dora hand, I'd be perfectly happy to go with that. Alright, North, see if we get a redraw. We do not. Ah, I see. Yeah, no, that would do it. There is a greedy line with this, and depending on how this goes, because we're dealer, we might take it. I've already no reason not to try it at this point in the game, so let's see. Okay. So that's making it significantly less likely a line with this drawn, but I think it was still worth the look at the very least, since we have Yakuhai and can reverse anyway. And we've got our pair, Ishanten. Yeah, there. 8 is our pair, so we can afford to... It almost doesn't matter. We should probably get rid of 9 versus 9. Doesn't really matter. Alright, demo with the call. Also, it means I might be waiting on a 5 here. Or we go for Chunkan. Alright, Tenpai it is. That's fair. Historic tournament things. And also that is disgusting demo. cheap sumo to kill that? Absolutely. So Rise technically moves a little closer, but I think we're okay with that on balance. South 3. It's not impossible for us to make a comeback here, especially as our hand is showing free Dora right now. But I think more realistically, I'm just looking to try and defend second.
Boom.
Oh, well, nobody let me just defend second.
Boom.
Yeah, I've got to go for it if they're showing. If I'm giving Dora free, I've got to go for this. Because, I mean, that is at least half a shot at going up. That is also a great draw for right now. Pause. Okay, Rice has requested a pause. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have necessarily, you know... I'm not giving up on Glory, I'm being realistic, but honestly, given the option of a cheap hand versus, you know, versus a hand that goes for it, we'll probably be more likely to go with a hand with more outs to try and secure second than necessarily concentrating on trying to catch Rumi. That being said, I've got Dora 4, so, yeah. Okay, resuming. Well, we have Toy Dora 4, which would be ridiculous, but would give us Hanneman. I don't think that's necessarily what we're aiming for here, but, you know. It's potentially there. The problem is, most of our pairs are in the middle. Yeah, we walled off the 4s, so that's probably fine.
Boom.
Well, I'll take the tempo. Actually, I won't turn calls off because I might go for the Toy upgrade if we get a chance to call for it. But
Boom.
how you feeling, Rumi?
Come.
Changkan! We had a Changkan here. Changkan only for 1,000 points and helping me secure my win, I guess. Second place. Yeah, no, I've said it now. Bucket list. Changkan exists as a hand. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm disappointed not have a Mungan thing chance, but you know. Actually, Mungan Direct isn't enough at the moment. I need Mungan Direct plus a Reach Stick. Or to somehow convert this into Hanneman. We'll go for the Tampini Peiko, but honestly, if it just turns out to be Tanpin, then that's what it is. And we will take second from that. Yeah, there could be a Riichi stick on the board. Problem is, it's most likely going to be mine, but, you know. 2 Dora. So, pair that up. 3 Dora. Dora, Pinfu, Ipeiko, Riichi, Hanneman, enough. And he's dealer, so... Okay, hand value dropping. Alright. 3 mana would be a good draw, so at least give us a shot at something, I suppose. Hope for a... Nah. Sure. So 6/9. Yeah, draw the pair. 6/9 thing. Wait, could do that potentially. Well, that's the third pins into Demo's hand. Demo doesn't need much to overtake us here. Does that change anything? Technically, that gives us Pinfu. Yeah. Okay. Riichi, Pinfu, Dora 2. Ipatsu, direct hit, maybe. He has given me 2 Ipatsus today, but no, not a third. Actually, no. The first one wasn't Ipatsu. The second one was, though. Sumo. Well, I've hit something. Actually, no. Riichi, Pinfu, Chudora would be manga at this point anyway, so yeah. Well, we got ourselves as close as reasonable. My Kokoshi! Well... Yeah. You can't argue that the Kokoshi was anything. GG. Well played. Thanks for the dealings early on, Rumi. It was clearly repaid for by just the table giving you that Baiman. Alright, hold on. How close was the things? It was ready, you say? Ready? Ready, you say? What do you know? It was ready, waiting on a 1-so. And, you know what? That could have... It potentially could have happened. Yeah, so just thinking defensively. I knew we were all 4 2-so words, so obviously nobody else does. But, you know, I had the better weight. The clearly better weight. But, I mean, it wasn't a dead Kokoshi. There were 2 outs left. Anyway, now you gotta watch this again. I might be calling that a stream because I was up at 6 in the morning, and I don't know if I've got the energy for another one. That being said, if people want it, if enough people are insisting on it, I will do another one. No, I wouldn't have thought so, but, you know, it exists. There were 2 in the war, which I was thinking more of the possibility with that. Yeah, 10's a reasonable start. I mean, Riichi might mask the fact it's Kokoshi. Who knows? Alright, so we have Prosper and Demo currently queued up. So adding myself makes 3. Do we have 1 more? If not, I will call that here, or do something else. Who knows? Really hurts when people don't deal into his Empire. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, to be fair, you were showing ridiculous value hands, and then the impossible thing just happened. I think, honestly, given how tired I'm feeling at this point, I might call it a stream here. I might do something tomorrow in terms of streamage. Who knows? Alright, I'm gonna call that stream here, as we only have the 3 people currently queued up. yeah, thanks for joining us. I know this is a quick one. Hopefully next week I'll have more sleep and it won't be quite so warm. Who knows, though? Who knows? All right, thanks for joining me. Catch you another time.